next one, oh, this one is cool. INFP. INFP. I am kind of INFP too, I think, but I'm not a person that really label myself. I don't tend to label myself. Like I love to be in a very free flow. So I tend not to put on any kind of how should I say? Like how I see it is like I create my own modes. I create my own modes for myself to go into. Oh, actually, that's not a comment. That's actually just a name. That's just a handle. I know, but I'm just like, hey, I just kind of think of that. Anyways, yeah. Let's stick to the comment. Limerence is a common albeit. Is it albeit? How do you pronounce that? Albeit sticky source of neediness that can generate a lot of needless conflict, confusion, and complication in a set. Yes, I totally agree. It is true. I think this comment is the one is responding to the video. Something bullying. I went through bullying to become the protector. Yeah, that's what I think is that video. Limerence is a common. I totally agree. Limerence is something I actually would love to talk about in the video that I'm gonna make soon. That is on avoidant anxious attachment style. The reason is I personally had experience of limerence when I was in my teenage years. Okay, so however, there came a time. I'm not gonna save it for that video. Okay, there's a plot twist there that I switched from avoidant to anxious personally. Okay, so I realized that limerence really comes from more of the avoidant side. Like, no, actually on this entire attachment style, it's like you can actually switch in between avoidant and anxious. And only when, see, this is polarity, right? Avoidant and anxious, like this two is on the spectrum. So when we come into meeting oneself, okay, in the middle, meeting oneself halfway, that's where it comes to what we call secure attachment style. And limerence is very, very, it's a very prominent, it's like rumination, a lot of rumination in the mind and a lot of conjuring up in the mind. And it really stems from insecurity, fear of abandonment, and fear of being rejected. So I totally I totally understand what it is, because I had a period of time that experienced that when I was in teenage years. So, and then I switched to anxious later, anxious attachment style. Yeah, and then I'm like gradually I get regulating, balancing, like this. I'm like, so yes. However, I would also like to comment on this limerence is that a lot of people who could be in the state of limerence, towards somebody else, it would be confusing for the one who's being, what do we call that? I think it's limerence. Is it limerence object or something? Because I think I went to read a Reddit thread, THREAD, because usually they put it as THREAT. So D, okay, D thread. That it actually talks about like a LO, like limerence object. So it is confusing for the limerence object, but it's actually as confusing for the person who is experiencing limerence, because this person, like for whoever experiences limerence themselves, it is uncontrollable, and it would also cause self-blame. It would also cause, it's very self-sabotaging and self-destructive, because they would usually how I remember is, I'm remembering from experience, okay? And also from those who reminded me of those kind of experiences, because that was a long time ago for me. But I totally understand that's why. Because when humans are in the state of limerence, it's actually stemming from the lack of confidence. So it's very low self-confidence, and would also have a lot of negative plot lines, like storylines. Why do I say this? It's because they are actually in a very wounded state. And it's not pleasant at all. So it is very confusing for the limerence object, but it's actually as confusing, and even to a point that it's very painful. It's very painful for those who experience limerence. So for me, I see it as it is a fact, that's what happens here. But I would say compassion and empathy would be great if we can perceive into this as well, because it's not easy for anyone to navigate through the entire mental spectrums. Okay, so because I personally have had experiences of depression and anxiety disorder as well, so I understand this kind of mental state, and it really takes time and courage and also dedication to navigate, and also self-love. So yeah, but however, this is very true. Like the comment in itself is like, it is very sticky. Source of neediness, yes, and that would usually generate a lot of confusion, complication, and conflict. Needless, I would say, yeah, from a point of view, it is quite needless. But from another point of view, I also see that because it stems from a lot of personal trauma that is yet to be healed. So it would be healed once individuals come to understand more of this about themselves, but it takes time. So from my perspective personally, I choose to see with more like compassion and empathy at the same time, along with your comments. Like, I totally agree with you though. Yeah, that's it. Because it's not easy for them as well, those who experience limerence. Okay, thank you for your comment. Next one is 1 hour. Okay, this one is, please read. Please read. I'm gonna drink water. Okay. Everyone finished reading? SG. SGW. Thank you for your comment, and I'm so glad that you resonate with this video. This is the video that's about I went through bullying and become the protector. I think it's this one. I think so. I think it's this one. Yeah. But yes, sometimes when those who are very empathetic, like empaths, I do see quality of myself like as an empath. So that's why I say we. I would say as empaths, they sense energy really sensitively. For some, it varies though. Like some empaths might not be as empathetic as in energetically. Okay, the range. So for those who have a very wide range of sensitivity as relating to energy and emotions, I personally find it very important to set healthy boundaries, even when it comes to physical and also energetically. So I guess maybe in the future, I would love to, yes, I would love to, if anyone is interested, like how to actually set your energetic boundary, because that is very fundamental, I would say, for empaths. For empaths, uh, for those who are not as sensitive to energies, it's also very important to set strong, healthy boundaries physically. Because see, it is really about, when it comes to physically, it's also tied to energetically, right? But it's about speaking the truth as it is. But I think I would save it for another video on this, like how to set healthy boundaries, I would say, like certain techniques that I personally find useful and non-destructive, because it really takes certain techniques, I would say, and also awareness for every one of us to set healthy boundaries, but in a way not aiming to harm anyone. Because for those who are unable to set boundaries themselves, or even to cross boundaries into other people's energy field or even their lives, those are the people who usually people would call them narcissistic people, right? Or just people who have a very not a very good sense of respecting personal boundaries, right? But these people it's not that they're bad people, it's because they, as the comment says here, is that people are searching for relief. So they choose someone who is giving it away easily. Usually this is very mindless. Like people who are searching for relief are usually, when it comes to, unconscious relief, okay? Usually these people operate in a way that's quite mindless. And so it's not that they are actually bad people, to me personally. It's not that they're bad people. It's just for those who are giving it away easily, quote here, for those who are giving it away easily, we have to learn to set healthy boundaries. That's what we have to learn. Yeah, because avoiding is a way, but also awareness, I think, has to come hand in hand with avoidance. But I don't really see necessary to avoid, but because when understanding comes in, there's no need to really avoid, but to selectively choose what is best for my well-being. So there's a fine line here. Because to me, it's like whenever I would consciously feel it in myself. Whenever I avoid something, I feel there's an avoidance, it means there's resistance. There is resistance within myself when it comes to anything, if I choose to avoid it. Because if I consciously understand what is behind something or any action, or even a thought form that I have in my mind, then naturally I would not actually avoid anything, but I would consciously choose something else. So I don't have to, because avoid something, it could sometimes come with a sense of fear. And then usually I would then look into this sense of fear and see what's the message. Like, what is it? What am I not seeing that caused me to have this avoiding thing as regarding to anything? So yeah. And yeah, quote unquote, I learned my lesson of being responsible for who or what I am opening myself up to. Yes, that's what I learned as well. Is to being responsible for myself, literally for myself. This is how I see everyone is 100% responsible for oneself. Like, we are not responsible for anyone else's well-being. No, You are responsible for your happiness. I am responsible for my happiness. Like literally, like not, if we tie this entire thing into something like parents or family construct, that you have to take care of your family, da 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 da. If I respect that, though, I totally understand and I respect. However, if it comes to something like unconsciously unhealthy attachment, okay, like be emotionally or physically, it can be very detrimental to both sides, like to both parties. Because if it's a cycle that is very fictitious, it actually means that this is like, it means that in these dynamics, certain individuals project their own personal responsibilities to other individuals. That's where codependency would form, right? So teamwork is different from codependency. Teamwork is interdependence, right? Every person, this is like how I see things, okay? I'm just saying my own personal opinion. Okay, like how I see it is like, I am independent. To me, independence means self-sufficiency. It's just that. It's not that like I'm an independent woman. No, I don't see it that way. I don't see it as that way. I see it as I'm independent just simply means I am self-sufficient, that I'm responsible for myself. That's how I see what true independence is. Be it emotionally or financially or physically or even spiritually. Okay. That I'm responsible for myself. I'm responsible for my own actions. Whatever I say, whatever I think, whatever I, do. So yeah, like and that's where from independence, when two independent or say responsible individuals come into together, that forms interdependence and not codependency. That's how I see it. Yeah. It also gave me the other it looks like from. Yes, it could be very, very uncomfortable sometimes when it comes to energies. Like if we sense energy very sensitively, but all in all, I navigated also, like I choose love over anything, so I understand their pain. Oh, that's actually what I usually do is I would sense their pain or emotions, and I would, if I know certain ways to help them relax or relieve, I would prop, but not actually telling them I feel really emotional like that. No, I would not tell them, because I know what it is. So I would usually just let them know there might be a solution to this. Are you open to listening to it? Like something like this. But they don't have to know. But yeah, that's what it is. Okay, thank you so much for your comment, and let's go to the next one. Oh, this one is like happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Boop, boop. Happy birthday to you. Boop, boop. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Hey. Okay. Happy birthday, Mark. This one is I am Ashley. I'm a channeler too. Are there romantic relationships for channelers? I'm seeking a relationship, a committed relationship with a partner that respects me fully. Yes, of course. I mean, there are all sorts of relationships, including romance or romantic one, for channelers. In fact, I would actually say everyone is in fact a channeler. It's just when you open up, not when you open up, like when you shed more of the, no, I would say when you heal more from within, you basically are channeling your own divine self's directions. So I would say actually everyone is a channeler. Honestly, everyone is a channeler. That's how I also perceive it that way. So But yes, that's the same for everyone. Like relationships, I would say, if see, the first thing about relationship, for me, seeking a relationship, seek for the relationship with the self first, like with oneself. That's where everything originates from. Because to me, it's a mirror. Whatever I integrate within myself or learn from, seek from within, it would just naturally show up in the external. It's a mirroring, it's a reflection. So if I'm a person who wants a committed relationship with a partner that respects me fully, I first have to commit to myself. I have to have a committed relationship to myself, with myself, that respects myself fully. If I don't even commit to myself, I don't even respect myself fully, how would anyone do that to me? Right, that's my mentality. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you, Ashley, for the comment. Next one. Oh, this one is super funny. This one is so funny. I literally like, oh my god, I laughed so hard when I saw this, the conversation. So the first commenter, Kwan, and then the second is next. Oh, next is, I think, the same guy from the one of the previous comments. YTF was this recommended to me? Self-love, haha. Only certain types of girls say wild as like that. That's the smiley face. Like, and then when I saw this, I was like, I see his point though. I guess this is a guy. I mean the commenter, it's for some people self-love is quite an alien topic. So I do understand. I do understand from his point of view. And then later, this another commenter commented, you should watch the rest of her videos. She's in self-help. It is self-help. She's in self-help. She just bring dumb weird topics, and I was like, that's actually so true. He said bring dumps. I was like, whoa, you literally give me a very good summary of what I have been creating. And I'm like, I did not think of that. It's like I actually bring dump weird topics, and I'm like, that actually resonated with me so much. And I actually love it. It's so funny, and it's so true in a way that I bring them a lot of weird topics. I do have a lot of weird topics, and so I would think, because I actually bring them a lot to myself. I voice record voice memos, everything, and then I would write down things, and I was like, I'm gonna do this, like this. So sometimes I'm like sharing bits and parts of my thought process, but I would also love to share with the public, with you guys, how I usually think, like how I would usually talk to myself. Like, no, I think this is better, and and I'm like, nah, I think the other day I was having this idea, and like, it's an entire meeting with myself, when I generate creative ideas. So but this is super interesting. Thank you for the comments, for both of these commenters. It really gives me such a good laugh. I was like, oh my god, this is so true. I literally bring them a lot weird topics, which is true. Anyways, all right, next one. Oh, this one, Sub-Zero guy, I think. Sub-Zero. I remember this commenter. I remember you because you comment a lot of your thoughts and opinions on several videos. So, and I remember the profile picture. I don't know. Is this like a? It reminds me of the planet, planet. Yeah, the star system, the star Arcturus. Yeah, Arcturus. It just simply reminds me, because I remember Arcturus is a star that is red. It's a big red giant. Yay! So the comment is, live your life, not someone else's. Be a free thinker is the only true freedom there is. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yes, I totally resonate. Yeah. Yes, it's very true, because a lot of us would sometimes unconsciously living a life, only later we would discover we are actually not living in our truth. That this is also my personal experience as well. That's why I'm saying this. I would later realize that, oh my God, I'm actually living the expectations of other people. Like crazy. Be it parents and stuff. Like for some people, they actually, like for example, some people actually don't want to get married, but then because their parents want them to, or society, or for peer pressure, or like kind of like thinking in society, people think, oh, now I reached the age of 35 or something, I should get married, like things like this. Pressure, social pressure, I would say. So it basically, you're not living your own life then. If you stop because there was something in the system I had to fix in the phone. So let's go to the next one. And thank you, Sub-Zero, for your comment. Yes, it's true. Live your life. Don't live someone else's patterns. And when we break free from the patterns, that is through free thinking. It's true. Okay, so the next one is Stanley. To my dearest, most precious Kay, I have a comment for you. I got your message. And I love you, Stanley. Thank you, Stanley. And also, I'm taking this opportunity to spread the love to the entire community. And thank you, everyone, for your support, and for your feeling being safe to express yourself. And I truly appreciate that. Love. Thank you, Stanley, for your comment. And then the next one's Karam. I think it's Karam. Social pressure on people may down their morality and energy. It varies sometimes depending on people's cultures and the cultural expectations. We're taking money as a standard for success. I think that's a real problem. Being healthy is more needed in order to be happy than being rich. But our standards are not making us enjoy the fact that we are happy just being healthy. The standards we made for happiness is stupid and was stressing most of us out. I don't feel bad for the poor, but I from heart feel very bad for the sick. We people need to understand that we have a lot to appreciate in our lives only for being healthy. Wow, yes. I totally resonate with that. Especially the last sentence. We really, being healthy is such a blessing. It's such a blessing, and like we would only realize that how blessed it is to have good health, until we have certain health conditions. Usually. So that's what the universe would remind us about it. Like health. Yeah. And that reminds me of that the quote from Lao Tzu. Which is like, if you keep sharpening the knife, it will get blunt. So I totally resonate with that. And I don't feel bad for the poor, but I from heart feel very bad for the sick. I mean, it's kind of interrelated somehow to me, because there could be people that are sick, and they don't necessarily have the right support, or say enough support, because of financial reasons. So yeah. But I do see your point. I understand. It's a system. It's the entire system pyramid. So that's why I don't really resonate with that structure. However, it is what it is. We can only be ourselves, right? Be true to ourselves. So thank you so much for the comment. It's very insightful. Very insightful. Thank you. So the next one. Oh, this one, cute. Like, not sure. I think it's Tamed. I don't know if it's actually a name, but yeah. Thank you so much for your comment. It's funny. Like, this is the first video of you that I watched, and I really like how natural you are in the camera and how naturally you're talking in your natural funny way. However, no, I subbed you because I needed someone like you who could make me laugh, and you did. I also laughed with you. Oh, I'm so glad that you laughed with me. Because I also laugh with myself a lot. I'm like in the kitchen, in the living room, outdoor walking. I'm just like, hey, this is funny. So I'm glad that you laugh with me. Or say my funny way makes you laugh. Spreading joy, everybody is joyful. Anyways, thank you so much. You are sending your joy to me as well. Thank you so much. Okay, next one. Oh, this is the second last. This is the the little cat. Meow. I don't think that's a name. So, but thank you so much for your comments, because I think I've seen this commenter for a few times, so that's why I remember the cat. Meow. So yeah, it's like you again. At first I saw this comment and I was like, what do you mean by you again? And then I suddenly realized, oh, I think it's because you sometimes in every video, not every, some of the videos, I would say, hi, it's me again, like that, right? So, and then maybe that's why he commented. I think it's a he. It could be a she, actually. I just realized. Anyways, yeah, you again. I'm like, yes, it's me again. Okay, thank you for your comment. And lastly, this one is David. I think David. This one is from my community post. Yeah, the community post where it's like a voting thing, like ADHD, narcissism, healing childhood trauma, and avoidant and anxious attachment. Like so far, I think there's 30 something votes, and now and avoidant and anxious attachment styles, this topic is actually rated the highest, voted the highest. So I will do a video on that. However, ADHD and also healing childhood trauma would be in my list, in my mind actually, but I don't write it down, but I know that I will talk about it here and there. ADHD is also a very interesting topic, because to me, I would actually say I love how I resonate with ADHD is that I resonated with in a very creative way. Like how I link things is actually very ADHD. So that's how I resonate with it so much. And I also see ADHD as a gift. I actually see ADHD as a gift. It's just that how you can turn it inside out. Like you learn to embrace these qualities and then use it. It's actually super how should I say? It's actually very people with ADHD are usually can be very talented, but they just don't know it yet. It's through channeling in focus and attention, and also utilizing this kind of distraction, but the distraction actually is not something bad necessarily. The distraction can be used as divergent creative thinking. This is something that I am looking into right now, and I'm also working on it, as in understanding more about it, because I train my own mind to, not saying that I have actual ADHD. Okay, I'm not diagnosed with that, but I do resonate with some of the traits, okay? But I can actually feel the ADHD energy whenever I'm near someone who has ADHD, because I can feel that, the energy of them. So I understand what it is, and then I would compare it with my own way of, creative process, and I realized that no, they are not like, they're not broken at all. Like, not broken at all. Even for people who are autistic, there's a condition that people would coin it as ADHD, right? So it's like autism with ADHD. It's not broken. Like, people, you are not broken. You're not broken, okay? You just have to utilize your gift. Utilize what it seems to be broken. Like, like the Japanese art, like I mentioned it before, it's like kintsugi. It's not kintsugi, I checked it. It's kintsugi. It's KINTSUGI, kintsugi. It's like you use gold to put the broken ceramic pieces back together, and it's a piece of art. So yeah, that's how I see all this kind of ADHD or like all the autism. Yeah, I see it from, I choose to see it from another perspective. I don't see them broken at all. I mean, it could be broken into pieces, but once you place the pieces back together, ooh, it's a new world. Okay, so that's what it is. Thank you so much. This is the last comment. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, David, for your comment as well. Thank you for your interest in ADHD or knowing more about ADHD, because I would love to share my thoughts on it as well. Breakdowns. Okay, anyways, thank you everyone so much for your support, your kind comments, and I'm really grateful for for meeting you, actually, like every one of you. And I hope that you guys, I mean me included as well, because I'm in the sphere, right? I'm in the sphere, so I'm one of the dots, and as we expand together, like, we would understand much more through understanding much more. Yeah. Wait. I've been speaking for a long time. I'm like a little bit, I need water. I need to refill water. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. So it's always, can I just wrap this up? I'm gonna wrap this up with, this is like a good start for 2025 with gratitude, because I really want to say this out. I have been having this in my mind. I want to say it. Okay, so I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.